How do we know if we're making the right choice in life? A lot of us make a lot of choices that are based on anxiety, fear, and worry. And it's coming from a place of, I gotta do this so that this doesn't happen, because you're in fear. Most of us are living in survival mode, living in fear and lack. And we're really worried about things that might happen. And so we make a lot of choices that are coming from that place of, just surviving and being scared. And that really is the ego structure that's going on in your head. It's you attaching to your thinking so much, projecting yourself into the future so much that you make decisions from that place. How do you make better decisions? How do you actually get control of the choices that you make? Here's the key, okay? As long as the unconscious thought processes in your head are controlling the choices that you make, you will forever make the wrong choice in life. That's just what it is, because here's the thing. If there's unconscious patterns going on in your head that you are not aware of, who is really making a choice? Is that you making a choice from a deeper part of your true self? Or is that an unconscious conditioned pattern of fear that may not even be yours? You may have gotten it from the external, from your family, from somebody on the outside. And so who is really making the choice at that point? How do you know if you're making the right choice if it's not even you making that choice in a deeper form? Like in a deeper way, if you're not aware of the thinking that's going on in the background and you make a choice based on that thinking, on those beliefs that may not even be yours, then who is even making that choice? Is that really you? Okay, how do you make the right choice? The key to make the better choices, because I can't tell you what decision to make. I can't tell you what choice to make. Nobody can tell you. That's what your life is. It's a series of decisions, and you ultimately have to choose where you want to go. But how do you take the most efficient action at making the best choice possible that is not grounded in fear? It really is about connecting deeply to the present moment and letting go of the conditioning of those thought processes. And the key here is to develop awareness of the thought processes that are going on in your head. Because when you have awareness of the thoughts that are going on in your head, of that fear, now you have a choice to almost take action in a much more efficient way that is based on mindfulness and presence, and being able to take action from a place that is not based on unconscious thinking. Because the ego is controlling your life until you become aware of it. Can you really think about that for a second? Every single moment that you are not aware of the unconscious thought processes going on in your head, that is what is driving your choices. Your choices are going to be driven by unconscious thought patterns, biological drives, by external influences of fear. It's like this is what is driving your life, like all these external things that are being implanted in your head. So you got to be careful what information you choose to put in your head as well, because that's also going to drive your choices as well. What kind of information do you put in your head? Do you watch the news? Do you ask the right people for advice? These are all things that are going to influence your decisions. But the key here is to have awareness of the thought processes that are going on in your head and where they even came from to begin with. Did it come from somebody else, or did it come from a deeper place with you? Because I'm at the point in my life right now where when I'm making a choice, what I do is I develop this attitude where I'm going to go deep into the present moment. I go deep into the present moment. I connect to my inner being. I connect to this sense of, this deeper sense of self that goes way beyond the conditioning and the thought patterns in my mind. I connect to the present moment. I make sure it doesn't come from fear. And then I really sit with myself and say, okay, I'm going to make a choice from this place, from this mindful, present moment place that isn't coming from fear. I just want to be very mindful of the decisions that I make and where they're coming from. And then as a result, I will usually make better choices. We're never going to know if we make the right choices in life. It's always going to be a mystery. That's part of the ride of going through life. But what we can do is be mindful of the choices that we make and where they come from. And then what I found is that when I'm in alignment with the present moment, not my ego, and when I say ego, I mean the unconscious thought patterns that are going on in your head. Some people use the word ego to explain that. Well, when I'm not driven by my ego and I'm driven from my true self, in other words, being very present to the moment, and this sense of self that doesn't come from thinking, when I make decisions from that place, that is when I make the best choices in life, and everything always works out the way it's supposed to. So that's all I have for you today. If you guys like this kind of content, then consider hitting that subscribe button and that notification bell, because I post a video every single day. Have yourself a great day, and see you in the next video.